Yo, what is up, everybody? If you watched the last video that I made, it was all about how to create a logo from a vector file. The follow-up is, okay, so maybe we only have PNGs and we want to create a vector file. Well, guess what? There's actually a way to turn a PNG into a vector file. It doesn't always work, but using Adobe Illustrator, if you have it, you have the tools to turn it into a vector and then bring it into Blender and create a 3D logo. So I pulled aside a couple PNGs. I have the Apple logo, which is, so tried and true. It's pretty easy. And then we're going to try the NBA logo just because I did it for the last one. I mean, you can find vector files for these, but this is more so for like you have your own logo, but you don't have the vector file or something like that. So let's open up Adobe Illustrator, get it going. Now, I'll be honest, my knowledge of Adobe Illustrator is this one hack. I do not know a damn thing about how to use Illustrator really well. But knowing this is super valuable to me, and it allows me to at least get some more value out of the $60 I give to Adobe per month. Yep, those are eyeballs. That's mad funny. Okay, so yeah, my computer is being a little bit slow, so forgive me for a second, but we're just gonna drag this in. Maybe I was wrong about how to. Oh yeah, so I just dragged in 2. So we just want to shrink this down. We don't need it to be super large. Yeah, give my computer just a second. Just got out of basketball about like an hour ago. My left glute is all jacked up and super tight, and I'm just trying to get this video done while the momentum is flowing. So maybe once Adobe Illustrator responds, there we go. Cool. Yeah, I don't really care about data recovery. Cool. So it's inside our little work box here. So it's a pretty simple, it's a couple steps to do this. The first one you're going to have to do is just go up to the top here in Window, and you want the image trace to be selected. Now, there are 2 different really options you have to kind of work with. If it's a colored PNG, oh my god, Adobe, what are you doing? Adobe kills me, man. I want to get rid of it, but there's still programs that I use. So you can use color for colored logos, and then obviously this is a black and white logo, so it should be good. I usually keep the threshold the same. Now, the more complex the logo, you might actually have to tweak these settings, but for our sake, it's a pretty straightforward logo. Next, we're going to hit trace. Yep, it's a large image, sure. So you're going to notice after that, nothing happened. It shows that there's a couple paths, a couple different colors, and a couple anchor points. Oh, Adobe, what are you doing, man? Next, going to Object at the top here, we already have the image trace. Now we have to expand it. So just hitting Expand, you've now created it into a vector. So if you drop down on the right here, your layers, you have 3 layers. So the white, you can keep it, or you don't have to use it. Usually bring it into Blender. I'll just delete it rather than remove it here. But super simple. Go up to File. Computer freezes. Go back up to File. Oh, God, man. Adobe, what are you doing? Save on my computer. I don't trust the cloud. I just gotta find my Patreon folder. We'll call this Apple logo, and then we want to save it as a SVG. Hit save. Boom. Done. You can just keep all those settings the same. Let us try something a little bit more complex. Like, oh my, this is so bad. Like, Illustrator to me does not seem like a very graphics intensive program, but for some reason it is not liking anything going on. So I'm going to delete that for now. I'm going to bring in the NBA logo, and it's going to be oversized because I'm working in a pretty small window. That's what I thought. Scale this down. Let's just make it a little bit bigger. Excuse me. All right. Same thing, go to Window, Image Trace. Now this is not a black and white PNG, so we're going to select color. Now colors also, like, you just hit 30. I think it's just what that does is it's trying to go through every single color that's available. You know, if you only have like 3 colors, you could probably drop it down, but I'm just going to run it as is. Same thing, hit trace. Yep, it's a large image. We get it. I know the drill. Now, like I said, this doesn't always work. The more complex and the more you, like, you know, the more curves that Illustrator has to come up with, you may have some issues, but, you know, just keep playing around with these settings. It's not going to be perfect, but ultimately it's going to get you a result that you would like. So back into object, now that we've traced, we just got to expand our logo, and let's take a look in the layers panel. This should be a whole lot more. So what's cool about this, and once I can find the right ones, is nothing happening? Okay, yeah. See, this is the part of Illustrator that I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to use it. But let's just save it out. As you can see, there's a lot of curves in this. So, you know, when you do bring it into Blender, that's where you're going to have to go through and label it. If you did watch the video before this one, you saw me open up the Celtics logo and how much of a nightmare it was with like 100 different options. So we're gonna save those out. I'm gonna fire up a version of Blender, and I'm gonna tell Creative Cloud to get lost. It might take a second for Blender to open. I just fired up my computer like probably like 5 minutes before recording, and CPU wise these days I'm a little nervous that something's going to give. But yeah, we'll give it a second. I'm sure Blender is gonna fire up. Maybe not. Sometimes you just gotta give it a little love. Yeah, there we go. That double screen. I'll just cut this part of the video. Alright, now that I'm finally in Blender after like 5 minutes, just like the video before, if you didn't watch that, go ahead, go watch it. Import a scalable vector graphics. If it's not already installed, you just have to enable it in the plugins window under the edit drop down. I'm going to find my logos, and simple enough, I'm just going to bring in the Apple logo just to show you how easy it is. It's going to take a second to load. Computer is not happy. Struggle, man. This is why I don't do a lot of tutorials. There's nothing worse than having to wait on your computer in the middle of like a tutorial. I'll cut this as well. All right, we're finally in here. Cool. So as you can see, there's only 3 curves. Pretty easy. We'll scale her up. Let's like really scale it up. Not messing around here. I'm gonna delete this outer curve because we don't need it. You know, that's just how life is. Sometimes you need things, sometimes you don't. Ultimately, though, I need to convert this to a mesh. While selected both of them, tab into edit mode. A lot of geometry on this for some reason. There's definitely a way to optimize it, but we're not going to bother. And boom, let us rotate it and pop a camera in the scene. Just kind of getting something makeshift, you know. Cool. And yeah, so next thing we'll do is I'm going to add a spotlight. I'm going to put it right above and on the back side and give it like 1000. We'll throw down a plane to get some reflections. My phone is buzzing like crazy right now. Just stop bothering me. I'm trying to make this video. And let's make this like a, I don't know, like apples like white silver. Up the metallic, specular, drop the roughness. We're gonna need another light. Maybe we'll hit it with a spotlight just right on it. Do like 250. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna save this real quick. Apple logo dot blend. Cool. Maybe we don't need as much. I don't really want to see that reflection so much. And just like that, boom, logo donezo. You know, you can do a lot of cool things. If I was to set the geometry to the center, we could just have this like rotating. I think probably the best thing to do, I did this in the other video too, you put an empty in there, line it up with the center spot. We're gonna link this, Control P, and you know, I don't know, there's just so much you can do, you know. Actually, forget all that. We're gonna combine these two just using Control J so that it's all one mesh. And this is, you know, only do that when you need to. If you're gonna individually animate each part, you know, there's no need to combine them all together. But just for the sake of finishing this one out, I'm going to do a quick little rigid body simulation. We'll bring this up here, and we're gonna add. Did I make that passive? No, I wanted that to be active. And I want the plane to be passive. And then we're gonna change this from convex hull to mesh because it is like different geometry. And then boom. Oh, what happened? What happened? That's not how that's supposed to go. We'll just also turn that into mesh. Something weird just happened. Normally it bounces right off the plane, but I guess we're not doing that today. Let's try again. Oh, that's no good. What the hell? What can I do to fix this? Box. Let's just try box. Oh, no. This needs to be mesh. And actually, let's try convex hull. Maybe I was wrong to assume that. Oh. Oops. Try that. This is what I get for trying to like, oh, like, you know, you could just make a quick rigid body simulation. Yeah. Let's see. Collision. This is what a lot of 3D is just playing around and hoping that you get it right. As you can see, I'm not getting it right now. Beautiful. That's the tutorial. Ultimately, turn your PNGs into vectors, bring them into Blender, turn them into 3D. Boom, got it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you next time. Hopefully have some more videos coming out. I'm trying to get another one out this week. Anyways, peace!